This is a Headgum podcast.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey,
Hey.
it's Mrs. Kitty Cat.
It is Patrick Owen Regan, and this is Seek Treatment,
a podcast about boys, sex, fucking, dating, and love.
I love to say the hard G like Whitney Port.
Dating.
What?
We are live in the studio with one of my favorite girls. I've been a fan for years, and now we're connecting, not quite IRL, but on Zoom. Open your ears for the fabulous Heather McMahan.
Hi, how are we doing?
What is going on? Where are you? What's happening?
Wait, Heather, I have to tell you this really quickly. When we first were emailing about having you
Oh, wait,
on,
but don't include this though.
why?
Oh wait, okay.
I didn't say include it, but never say not to include what I say. Because as a queer person, that happens to me quite a bit.
And I'm so
in
sorry
this
for
country
silencing.
now more than ever. They were emailing about you, and I just got your name confused with someone else's name in my head, and so
I know who you got it confused with.
And now you know the whole thing.
Then maybe we shouldn't put it out. But I was like,
Yeah.
I very much don't agree with this person ideologically, and everyone was like, we don't think
I
that's
was
true.
like, that's so weird. I was like, what are you
guarantee
talking
it's true.
about?
I think a Poland girl said, they're like, bitch, you're wrong. And I was like, oh my God, there are. Let's love her.
This happens to me more times than I'd like to admit. It is. I have a very similar name to somebody else who was just
And shout out.
doing
For some
the most.
reason, in my head, like, it wasn't going to be obvious. And now I'm like, oh God, maybe it should be edited out, even though I'm queer. But actually, leave it in because I want it.
Shut the fuck up.
I love anybody though who thinks that I'm gonna come in hot and then they realize they're like, I'm a gentle giant. You know what I mean?
Wait, Heather, where are you based? Los Angeles,
tell
California?
us everything.
Oh, I'll tell you everything. No, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Used to live in New York, lived in LA for years, but I'm born and raised Atlanta. So I have my studio here and I'm on the road all the time. You know, I shake my tits for cash and sling jokes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice to be in Atlanta, like hot Atlanta.
Yeah, totally.
Heaven.
I went
And
there
you have
one
a home.
time.
You have a real home.
I have a home. I have like a square footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a saltwater pool.
Oh my
I have a-
God.
Yeah, guys, I'm coming in hot with the humble brags. I have a
deserve
country
it.
club membership. Like that's where I'm at. You know,
my
so
God.
are you like tight with your friends from childhood?
we're all still besties.
Oh my
So
God.
fun.
Yeah, I know. I haven't lost any soldiers. We're all still thick as thieves.
Wow.
Are they all like married with kids vibes?
They are, and they're fantastic. They're wild girls. Like I love all their kids. My husband and I don't have kids yet, so we're like the fun aunt and uncle. My girls go out all the time. Like they come to all my shows. It's kind of ideal.
You have
It
an
must
amazing
be-
life.
it must be
People
so
should
fun.
copy you. People should copy you and leave these towns. Leave
Yeah.
these towns we're in.
Yeah.
It must be so fun for them to have
A celeb friend.
for a hometown girl to make that feeling when hometown girl makes good.
Here's the thing, though. I went to the same school from kindergarten through 12th grade. So I've known these people since I was like 5, 6,
Yeah.
right? They're not impressed. They're proud. They don't give
Yeah.
a shit. They enjoy the perks of like, I get a lot of free swag and I get overloaded with it. So they get a lot of free stuff too. But they're like, yeah, okay, girl. Like, whatever.
Oh
Totally.
my God, it's so fast.
And also, you can't really say like hometown girl makes it big because at the end of the day, yeah, I'm from Atlanta, but I also have to like, when I go to a Falcons game and get put on the Jumbotron, I'm also on the Jumbotron next to like, the Migos. I'm next to T-Pain, Usher,
Right.
basically
That's your
anybody
community.
in music.
T-Pain. Oh, you're bigger than T-Pain.
I don't know. No, he's pretty big.
Girl, you wouldn't be on this podcast if you weren't bigger than T-Pain.
Thank you.
He's begging to come on. He's begging to come on.
Yeah,
we said,
told
hold
him
on,
that.
hold on.
We say just put out a new album. We want you to
Yeah.
have something. We don't have something to promote. Like
We said
you know
Heather
what I
first,
mean?
then we'll be in touch with your team. Let me ask you this. So, you
Yeah.
dropped husband in the chat. And so we need to ask about if you feel safe, we need to ask about your love story. Start at the beginning. How did it happen?
Great.
What's it
I
like?
love this. What's it like? We're 14 years in.
Wow.
We've only been legally married like 5 years. We had a big Italian wedding though, like 3 years ago. Okay, how do we meet? We met at a gay bar in Hell's Kitchen called Valhalla.
Mm-hmm. I can't even meet a husband at a gay bar in Hell's Kitchen.
Honey, come with me. I will. You don't understand. I'm such a yenta. I put people together. But
Really?
Oh my God.
Do you know anyone for me, like low 40s, doesn't have to be industry, better probably if he's not. If he is industry, world renowned, most famous person in America.
Yeah. I will go to my Rolodex.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah, I'm gonna noodle on it.
You want either
Wait,
you want either the most famous person in the world or someone who doesn't know anything about the industry.
Yeah, who like wears a
Fabulous.
suit to work. Wait, Heather, which gay bar?
Yeah. Well, so it's Valhalla, which is the beer bar that, Viking beer hall, but it's right in the middle of Boys Town. So it's, if you're a gay who loves a porter, a Guinness, a pint, a nice lager, this is where you're going to go.
Well, how fun to meet someone out in the wild in such a way at a beer hall. Isn't that the dream?
So you were young, wild, and free.
I was young, wild, and free. But it was years ago. So you have to remember, like, I try and tell all the younger girls now, or who are like, tell me about the woes of dating. Like, I get it. I was dating back in the day when we didn't even have Instagram, okay? I'm not even trying to age myself.
That's better.
Yeah, it was better. So I had my husband's two cousins. They're brothers. They're gay. They're fabulous. And they were like, oh, my God, we need you to come meet this girl, Heather.
Okay.
Like, come out and meet her. Jeff walks in. I had no idea Jeff was coming with them. I just thought I was meeting my boys. He walks in. I go, oh, my God, I'm going to marry that guy. I said it out loud to our mutual friend, Christina, who also grew up with my husband. She was like, you're going to marry Jeff? I was like, that one is mine. I didn't even know if he was. I just figured he was probably gay. And he sat down.
You're gonna marry
the gay cousin's friends?
The gay twins' cousin?
Wait, so you have two gay cousins who are together as a couple?
Not my cousins. Jeff has two gay cousins.
And they're not.
No,
oh right, they're
brothers
through marriage. No, they're brothers. They're brothers.
They're brothers. They're two brothers.
Because at our most recent live show, there was these gorgeous two girls. And I was like, are y'all married? And they were like, we're twin sisters. I was like, upset. My impulse being like, are y'all a married couple? They're like, we are twin sisters.
They're like, that's incest, but thank you so much.
I'm all twisted. Okay, so he walks in, and what about him? Were you like, oh my G?
Guys, when I look back at the photo that we took that night, he looked like he was a part of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. He looked ill. He was jaundiced. His hair was thinning. He was sweaty. I mean, he looked like flu-ridden or like he had leukemia. It was so bad.
But it was just that chem? You just felt that chem?
Yes, I felt it. It was just him.
Did you notice that night?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But then I didn't like put out fully until the third date. So obviously Southern Belle.
I was going to say good Southern girl.
Yeah. But that was it. And we've just been together ever since. And it wasn't like, we didn't go through like a rough patch. Like I moved to LA afterwards and I was just like, this is my man. Yeah. This is him.
Wow. You were locked and loaded from a young age.
I was locked and loaded. And we were long distance for like 8 years.
8?
Wow.
And what does he do?
That's a great question. He does. No, he does finance and real estate.
Okay, for sure.
Oh my God.
He has a job, is what you're saying.
He has a job. Any money mama makes on the road, he figures a way to turn it and burn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a positive way.
That's fabulous. In a positive way.
His job is that he turns and burns money in a positive way.
Yeah.
I am manifesting
he's like an
turning and burning
ethical
money
entrepreneur. You know?
Oh, that's amazing.
King of vibe.
And
what are y'all signs, if I may ask?
He's a Virgo and I'm a Pisces.
Oh, interesting. So Virgo is that makes sense because he's so organized.
He's
so
turning and
whatever.
burning.
Yeah.
Positively.
And
I keep him fun and young and I'm crazy. You know what I mean? I'm the one who's like adventure. I keep him youthful and he keeps me focused and like out of credit card debt.
But isn't this terrible?
I'm hearing we have a classic rock and star situation.
Yes, totally.
Really?
What's terrible about me is that I'm not organized, but I also hate adventure. So it's like I don't bring anything. I bring nothing to the table. Like I need you to organize my life and then also bring me adventure. It's crazy.
What is your sign, Pat?
Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm very that way.
So not only do we have to like pull you out of your apartment, but you're crying on the couch too, a little bit.
I'm crying on the couch. I'm saying hurtful things to you for no reason. It's terrible. But as though your Meet Cute story is like a movie and now we're doing the freeze frames where we catch up on all the characters and we like say where they are now. Whatever came of the gay twins?
So they both are one of them's married and one of them's in like a long-term relationship.
I'm so happy for them.
Because we were hoping one of them
Seriously.
could maybe get with Pat.
No, but Pat, I've got people. I'm
Okay,
I'm
this is
noodling
exciting.
on it. Just
Yes.
give me an hour and I will start sending you some people.
No, I'm just kidding. It's when I get into this mode where I'm like, you know, find someone for me to just lure someone I just met, but I actually don't. I don't care.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
But Pat, here's the
nonchalant.
thing. We're new friends. I get a fucking high off of networking, not even in
Yeah.
like a business sense. I love bringing people together. Like I get such a thrill.
Yeah.
So if I know somebody good, I'm going to send them your way. It does not hurt me to
Okay,
not
for you,
share the
yeah.
good news of someone great, you know?
Well, let me tell you this. You know, I was just texting last night with one of our mutual friends who loves you so much, Casey Thomas Brown.
Oh, the best. I love Casey.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out,
Casey really saved my life a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey's the kind of gal you can just put on a wig with, and he'll just smoke cigs, and you can talk some shit. Yeah,
I agree. Okay, and then, well, you know, we on this pod we only ask one question. Should we ask our question, Pat?
Yeah, let's ask her a
Okay,
question.
so it's who were you, who are you, and who do you want to be?
So who were you as this young girl in Atlanta with these
Yeah,
friends?
what were you like in high
for
school?
life? Yeah.
Okay, I was, wow, I love this. So, okay, academically, I struggled, but I was student body president. You feel
Oh,
me?
let's
Like
go.
I've always been putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
A showman, a true showman.
Showman. I was head of the theater club, but I was also a cheerleader. I was
Oh,
somehow able to do both.
She wears short skirts. I wear t-shirts too. He's on the bleacher.
And I have the lead in the spring musical. She wears short shirts, and so too do I. And I have the lead in the spring musical.
Remix.
Remix. So for me, though, again, I went to a very small school. We all knew each other. We all grew up with each other.
Was it
So-
religious?
Yeah, it was religious. Yes, it was. I am Christian, but the denomination of the school was Church of Christ, and that's a little cuckoo.
Ooh, what is that?
That's a great question. It is like they don't believe in having any sort of musical instruments during like praise and worship. Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
Oh my God.
Interesting.
It's a really huge school now, and it's like a great academic school, but it was too tied to the church where I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm saved in the blood, like, you know, let me go to algebra kind of vibes.
Instruments are sinful, but I'm sure they're fine with gay.
No, it's so great with gay. So great.
The gays flocked to the non-musical church.
But in any case,
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
No,
So you
I
were
was
always-
hiding. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, go.
No, I was just hiding all the gay boys in our theater. You know, we were doing Bye Bye Birdie, West Side Story, and it was every
Oh my
homosexual
God. Under your
in the
nutcracker
school.
skirt, like when the little kids crawl out of the
Exactly.
skirt in the nutcracker. You're like,
So
these
you-
are my boys.
You've always been
Yeah.
quite extroverted, and you seem so at ease. How is that like? You just think of things and you don't, and you just say them, and you don't worry. Is that how it's
No,
like to be extroverted?
I think so. And you know what's crazy? I'm not an extrovert for my job, and then I'm also like in alone time an introvert. No, I'm always yapping. You know,
Totally.
I don't know. I may be a
Fabulous.
sociopath. I don't know.
I don't think
No.
so.
I think you're well adjusted.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
I don't
is
know.
that?
My whole thing, if you want to find the trauma of my life, my whole thing growing up is I was always compared to my sister because she's super smart and like an attorney and all those things. So my whole life, it was like, I was, you know, like college, they were like, how's she going to get in? But I was like, I'm a politician. Like, let me work the room and I'm going to do it. I ran my sorority. Like, I just show up and I figure it the fuck out.
Oh,
So,
fun. Where did
yeah.
you go to college?
University of Mississippi, baby.
Oh, wow.
And what is
Yeah.
their mascot?
Oh, that's controversial.
Is it? Is it really bad? We can cut that.
No. You can leave it in. It used to be this guy named, oh God, this is so fucked up, Colonel Reb. And then when I was in school, everyone was like, yo, that's racist. So we need to change it. And then they changed it to a black bear. But then the black bear didn't really make sense. And then they changed it to something else and something else. And right now it's a land shark. You got to do a lot of, nobody who's
Okay. They're
listening to this
struggling.
podcast, they're struggling. But it's a great school. Yeah,
You
I
love it.
promise you.
Mascots are so.
What was
mascot-
your soror?
Delta Gamma.
Oh, I literally was like, were you this?
Oh yeah, we were this. That's what we were. Delta Gamma.
Yo!
Can I
Was
tell
your
y'all
sister
what's so
older or
funny?
younger?
Oh, go ahead. Older. 3 years
sorry.
older.
Is it just the two of you?
Just the two of us.
And are you close now? Are you, what's the
Yeah,
vibe?
we're close. Yeah, we're close. She's just, you know, it's been interesting because now I'm the younger sister who's like doing my thing. So there's always that dynamic that's a struggle. Where I'm like, I'm a business owner.
Of younger sister doing her thing.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing. I am obviously friends with a lot of babies because we all find each other, but I'm so sick of this narrative of the oldest sibling constantly being like, I had it so much harder. I get it. There were other expectations. But at some point you got to go, what the fuck did you want? Like, mom and dad tied a pork chop around my neck so that the neighbor's dog would play with me. Like, I'm sorry that you had other educational opportunities than me. Like, I was literally, chewing on my tongue, drooling. Like, let me live.
I know. Eldest daughters are galvanizing right now, and they're stepping to the forefront. They're saying, "Look at us. We were the oldest daughters, and we went
that's
through
me,
it."
Mr. P.
I know, but I'm just saying now more than ever, they're calling attention to their journey.
Yeah, their brand. There's a branding movement.
There's
a branding movement.
There's a mobilizing that's happening,
and what I can say as part of the Army is actually I don't connect as much because I'm the eldest daughter, but I'm the only girl. And so that's also princess mode in its own way. So that's kind of giving baby.
Yeah, I'm like both baby and not in an interesting way because, I'm one of six, but I'm second. And my older brother is also an attorney, I think. He's a lawyer. And I'm like, is that the same? I'm like, in my head, I was like, isn't he? I don't know what an attorney is versus a lawyer. Is it like, are they synonyms or is it whatever?
No, so that's the same thing. That is the same thing.
Then why are there two words?
It does seem
for
different. Heather, it does seem different.
No, I totally hear you. I feel like attorneys are the kind of people who are, and it's the same word, right? It's like being a physician and a doctor. It's the exact same thing. But I feel like attorneys
that's an amazing analogy.
Yeah. I feel like attorneys are like, like dealing with DUIs or like they're litigators. They're in a courtroom fighting for you. Your lawyer is who you call when you need like tink, tink, tink on the computer to like cut some deals.
Yeah. See, I think my brother actually he's like in the office doing email. Like, I think either he or his wife will listen to this and I'm sure I'm like making it, but like he's like office lawyer style. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
so he's probably a corporate attorney. Corporate lawyer.
Okay. So I guess I'm saying, but so
this is their segment on the pod where we ask our guests what Pat's brother does for a living.
And so, but I'm 1 year younger than him, but then I have 4 younger siblings, but the next one's 6 years younger. So I am like baby coded, but I'm also like part of like an older generation.
Yeah.
So I connect with your journey where it's like, yeah, I'm sure it was hard being older, but it's also like, how about being younger?
Yeah, how about being younger? How
about having that pork chop on your neck?
Thank you. Having that pork chop around your neck. How about being the younger sibling and constantly, I would literally overhear family meetings of them being like, oh God, like, what's Heather gonna do? You know what I mean? Is she gonna make it? I'm like, and guess what? She believed she could and she fucking did. So everybody shut the fuck up and I'll pay to send everybody on Christmas vacation. Oh, it's annoying.
Yeah. I would like when my younger siblings would need like help with like homework or whatever, I would literally be home. My parents are like helicoptering in my older brother from like 7 states over, like rather than let me even engage with the younger child's like homework. You know what I mean?
My dad tried to pay my sister to take my SATs. Like literally before like Felicity Huffman and all them, he literally was like, Ashley, and my sister and I could not look physically more different. I'm very tall, blonde. She's a little pipsqueak brunette. He literally was like, I'll pay you whatever because there's no way your sister's getting into college because she's so bad at standardized testing. And I didn't find that out later until I went to college. And look at me now. Mm-hmm.
And you did the damn thing.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year?
Yes, I am ready for that, please.
Okay, good. Because Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes. So you can feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you or towards you.
Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle.
With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, the famous way of eating. Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfasts, grab-and-go snacks, and add-ons.
Reach your goal this year featuring ingredients you can trust and convenience that simply can't be beat. You know we love our Factor meals. They're actually delicious.
And then you're just in the mood for an add-on.
No, when you need an add-on, you need an add-on. It's not a want, it's a need.
And, I do think, they have all their macronutrients, right, listed on the box. So it does take a lot of guesswork out of, fueling yourself athletically or for whatever your goals are. And that has been helpful to me. So eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/seektreatment50 off and use code seektreatment50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code seektreatment50 off at factormeals.com/seektreatment50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box.
And that's on that.
And that's on period.
Work. You know what elevates my everyday hygiene? Good wipes. These are amazing premium wipes. They deliver the most superior clean that no piece of dry ass toilet paper can match.
It is just true. It's so important to have a clean ass. I do think that's really true. And these are infused with soothing botanicals like aloe, vitamin E, and chamomile. And Good Wipes are gentle enough for sensitive skin, yet powerful enough to leave you feeling fresh, confident, and completely clean. That's right. You will be feeling confident from these wipes.
Yeah, because if someone's down there, it's all connected. And you want to really be clean. And I love the scents. They're actually so yummy, these scents. There's rose water, there's shea cocoa, there's lavender, cedar, botanical bliss. They're so much softer than other wipes I've used. And they're actually flushable because they're made with plant-based fibers. Love the earth. So they break down easily.
And they're free from harsh chemicals, parabens, and dyes. So if you want to upgrade your restroom ritual, you can grab Good Wipes at Target, Walmart, Krager, and most local grocery stores. Just head to the paper aisle and look for the bright aqua, rose, and emerald packages. They're also available on Amazon if you're more of an online shopper.
So what was your dating life in high school and college? Were you out and about? What was the vibe?
I was definitely out and about. Legs were spread. I was sledding it up. It was horrible. It was horrible. Here's the thing. I've always been overly confident just because I've always really known who I was. But I'll tell you, when I got to college, I lowered my standards. I dated bullshit guys. I hooked up with plenty of hotties, but I never had boyfriends in college. I dated on and off. They were all terrible. They were all cheating. They were all awful. But I also
cheating.
They were. I had a bad guy that I dated that cheated for a while. But when I look back, y'all, I can't even get upset. What am I, 22 in college? Gross. Bye-bye. I'm over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not even.
Cheating in college is.
That's college.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's small stakes. It's okay, whatever.
And because I went to
recently
school in
unlocked a memory. Oh, right. No,
go ahead. What
happened in Mississippi? Girl, what happened in Mississippi?
I'm already going to school in Mississippi, and I knew I wasn't going to stay in Mississippi. I was like, I'm moving to New York. I'm going to do comedy. So it's not like I wanted to stay with any of these guys anyways. What, so they could go back and run their dad's bank? I'm good.
I was, but that sounds fun.
At this point, I'm like, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I missed the memo. I'm like, maybe I should have a bank instead of whatever the hell I'm doing right now. But no, the memory I unlocked was being in college, and I had this boyfriend, but then I had this sex dream about this other guy. And so I went to my boyfriend and I was like, we need to break up. And then I'm not kidding, walked across to this other guy's dorm, made out with him. And then the next day was like, okay, let's get back together actually. That's psycho.
I didn't hook up enough in college.
You didn't?
But I was closeted, so it didn't matter.
Oh, okay.
You actually did hook up. Oh wait, I met one of Pat's straight friends from college, this guy. Unbelievable catch. We have to shout him out.
I know. Dan McDevitt. He's in the the DC area.
Oh
if you're a sexy single, if you're a sexy single in the DC area, yeah. Well, it's so special to have a hot straight guy friend because it's
a hot straight guy friend who's nice. I was I haven't met one of those in so many years.
But isn't it interesting? You feel like you're swimming in single gal palace, and the second you find you get one on a line, like a hook, oh god, well here's a straight guy. Then all of a sudden your mind goes blank. It's I don't know who to give you to. You know what I mean?
The fish is flapping around. It's like,
yeah.
Get this thing on ice. Get this thing on ice. I love setting people up, but it's tough and it's gotten harder. And I tell people who call into my podcast, I go, I just think everybody needs to get off the apps. Just get off the apps and everyone say, we're meeting in Central Park, 10,000 women strong, like it's a women's march, but everybody bring your own bottle of white wine and then the guys can show up. I don't know what else to tell people.
I know. Well,
That would be
here's
amazing. You need to throw that event. The Heather
Yeah.
McMahan Central Park Spectacular.
do you know 10,000 women with bottles of white wine. And they-
10,000 bottles of white wine were consumed.
We'll get it sponsored. It'll be fantastic.
Lately, something's been happening to me where it's like people keep reaching out, being like, I have someone to set you up with. They're into you. And I'm like, cool. Like, that sounds great. I'll look them up. I'm like, sounds great. I'm saying, tell them to reach out. Never hear from the guy. And now I just follow this guy on
And
Instagram.
can I say something? I have a similar thing with I feel like brands will DM me like, we'd love to send you some stuff, and I'm like, that's amazing, and then I never hear. I'm like, where are my shoes?
Yeah.
Girl, where are my shoes? Not that I care,
Yeah.
not that I care or deserve.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, because then I'll send my sizes. And they're like, oh, yeah, we
I
only
go,
go up to a
ding
large.
dong. Oh, classico tomato sauce. Okay, so
Classic.
Heather, when you were in college, you were like, I'm going to move to New York and make my dreams come true. When
Yes,
did the
and
bug bite?
The bug bit when I was in high school. So I did stand up in high school. I performed at my prom.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What would you talk about? At your prom?
At my prom, that was the first time I did like real stand up. I roasted the senior class. So I did like a full roast.
Oh,
and
God.
yeah, no, it's
Did you
like
go
so
in?
embarrassing.
Did
I
did
went-
anyone cry?
A girl called me afterwards and threatened me, and I was like, "Bye, bitch! You got expelled. Bye." So
I'm going to Mississippi.
yeah, I'm going to Ole Miss. Goodbye. So yeah, I would tell everybody that I knew at Ole Miss. I was like, guys, I love it. I'm not looking for a husband. I'm enjoying partying with my sorority, but I'm moving to New York. So I moved to New York right after college. I did UCB, and then also too, I would
really?
oh yeah, I was a UCB kid, and then I'd walk into my UCB class with my big hoops and my blown out blonde hair and like a faux fur coat, and it was just like, you know, all these Harvard Lampoon kids. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what am I, like, they did not know what to do with me. Hold on, my lights in my studio are going out. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 sec.
Anyways, maybe I'll pee really quick in any case.
Maybe one day I'll have a studio. That'd be so amazing.
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Pat left to pee. Don't
Okay,
be
good.
sorry. Pat has a situation where he has to pee all the time. We don't know what it's about.
Tiny urethra, probably.
Oh, let's run that by him. He went to a urologist and they were like, you're totally fine. And yet,
Oh,
And
he's
yet
gotten
here
it
we
checked
are.
out. And yet here we are.
and
Wait,
yet here we are.
I wanted to ask you, like, you and I have similar style vibes on stage. Who makes
Totally.
all your
Yeah.
stuff? Because I'm glitter
We
for
have to talk.
all of it. Yeah, we need a collab.
I know,
'cause-
actually, because you introduced me to the Show Me Your Moo.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have a skort from them that's really instrumental in my work.
Yeah, same. I know.
But
We're
you need to work with my friend Kelsey Randall. She does all my like custom stuff for
Yeah.
big events, and she's the
Great.
best ever. So at Kelsey, keep this in, at Kelsey Randall on Instagram. She would love to work with you. That'd be so
Now,
great.
Call her.
speaking of studios, Catherine, do you notice what happened?
What? Oh, do you hang something up?
My friend helped me hang something up.
Your friend.
He's
That's awesome.
and he helped me hang another thing up. So, and he's gonna keep hanging. I think he'll keep hanging things up for me.
This is
My friend.
this is for a friend, of course.
But yeah.
It looks good, so I guess you're not moving. When I hang something on the wall, I'm like, I guess I'm gonna live here for 7 years now.
Well, when the fires did occur, I was like, I have been so Heather to catch you up. I moved to LA a year and a half ago, and
God.
hurriedly rented like a room in just like the most random building. Like it's a new build in East Hollywood,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's just random. It's just like random. And even when actually I ran into this guy from my past, and when I was on a long walk on not New Year's Day, like the day after a party I went to, and and we walked for like 90 minutes. You know,
Ew.
friend, a guy from my past.
Do you want to? Can you bleep it? Oh
Bleep
yeah, I
it.
don't care about that.
I know, but now we'll be good. So, but anyway, this is all to say, he ends up walking me back to my apartment, and he goes, "It's funny that you live here." And I'm like, "I know." And he's like, "It's just so random." And I was like, "Exactly." But in any case, I live in essentially a bunker, and I do something where I never move in, and I don't decorate because I'm always convinced I'm about to move again. But
Okay.
now all the rents are getting weird, I assume. So I'm like, why don't I just stay here for a bit? And so my friend is helping me hang up pictures.
That's
Got
nice
it.
to make a decision.
Yeah.
You should plant both.
We're
feet
putting
firmly
down
on the
roots. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you call that a story, and when you call it an interesting one, when you call that something to say on your podcast,
Also, it's so sad because I formerly, after living in Hollywood, like I know that pocket of East Hollywood. Like I already know where you are, and I know that you need to hang something on the walls because if not, you will kill yourself.
Where did you live when you were a New York girl?
I've lived all over Hell's Kitchen. I lived over like Gramercy, Peter Cooper area. I've lived uptown. I've done it all. Yeah.
All the
But
hits.
if I moved back,
And then you were Hollywood.
I would live downtown. You know, I'd live somewhere fun. Union Square.
Did I ever tell you this?
What?
Did I ever tell you this? When I first moved here, when I was looking at apartments, I looked at another very random building in Hollywood, and it was so random, and it was just a friend of the pod lives there. Lives.
Okay.
It was his building, and he had recommended. He was like loving it, and I was like, "Let me go try it out." I go. The guy's taking me around. I just moved here. He was asking me about dating, and I told him I had just like broken up. He literally goes to me, I broke up. I had a breakup last summer. I was actually suicidal for a little while. And then I'm holding that. I'm like, oh, well, I'm so glad you made it.
And he's showing you the apartment?
He's showing me.
saying,
And we're inside the apartment. He's like, and so anyways, you could do a couch here, I think.
No,
And
Pat, that's crazy.
he told me he was going, yeah. So I think about him a lot. And
Yeah,
we're
we gotta
starting
try
to
that.
love. But that was
I
like,
almost signed a lease on Laurel, okay, right below the Laugh Factory. I was moving into LA.
yeah.
And I was about to move into this apartment, and literally I was about to sign the lease, and then the real estate agent was like, "Oh, by the way, I legally have to let you know someone died in this apartment." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, okay." Like recently, and they're like, "Yes, it was actually." He was actually a comedian, and I never got the name, but I was just like, "Oh, no!" And I was like, "Well, I'm not moving in this apartment because that's a terrible omen." Yeah, this
Oh
apartment.
my God.
Yeah,
Do you believe in ghosts?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts.
They're real.
I believe in
They
things
are
that we
real.
can't see and forces we don't understand, but I don't believe in ghosts. Isn't that
Okay, well,
fascinating?
Keep an eye open and a mind split open. Now let me
Pat,
tell
have
you
you
this.
ever lost? Oh, go ahead.
No.
Sorry. No. Have I ever lost someone?
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever lost someone and like felt their spirit?
No, but I've lived a charmed life in that death has not really interacted with my life except for like grandparents, which is like, of course we love and we miss, but it's like,
Yeah.
when you're an adult and your grandparent dies, it's kind of like, well, I was a kid though, but whatever, but not really. But I've never felt them come back.
Okay.
And ghosts don't want a ton to do with me, I don't think. If they're around,
Because you have no
they're
fucking
like,
art in your apartment. They're like, oh, we don't want to hang out here.
And you're not adventurous
I'm not
and you're
adventurous,
messy.
I'm not organized. They're like, what's he bringing to the table?
We have nothing to haunt.
you read-
This is boring.
Have you read Signs by Laura Lynn Jackson?
I have not.
You'll love it.
Okay.
It's all about getting signs from the beyond, from our loved
Well, she
ones.
kind of ripped off that whole idea from M. Night Shyamalan from his famous
it's
movie
different.
Signs.
King,
No.
it's different.
Swing, remember?
Yeah.
Swing.
I know. My whole family loves that movie. Like it's one of our family favorites.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
There's few movies that we all agree on as a family, but Signs, we love Signs.
Yeah.
I
But
get
anyways, that
signs
book, highly
already.
rec.
I don't even need to read it because my dead dad visits me all the time.
Oh,
like
that's
wildly,
so
like
amazing.
in your face. Yeah, it's pretty great. So I'm not worried about it. Like I see him. He's there.
He's still trying to get your sister to take the SAT for you.
Literally. 100%.
Is there like one motif that he often plays with?
Oh yeah, he always comes back as a yellow jacket or a bumblebee. And when I tell you, like, it is the wildest shit. The wildest
Oh
times
my God,
he
can you tell
shows
us
up.
a story?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was playing Radio City, there was a
So sick.
bumblebee sticker next to the elevator. When
No.
I was, at my wedding, I got married in Italy, and there was bees on my bouquet. There weren't even like bees in the area.
God.
Oh yeah, I was just back in Italy, and my husband
that
lost. So
shit.
we wear matching bands. So this is my husband has a band that matches, and this was my mom's original wedding band before they had like money for a diamond or anything. And my husband lost the matching band in the ocean. And I was like, didn't think it was going to affect me. And then it really affected me. And I was like hysterical after like 8 bottles of Chianti one night. And I was like, Dad, if you're okay, like we had snorkel gear. We were paying people on the beach to look for it, but it's like Rocky, you're not going to find this ring.
Yeah.
So I prayed really deeply one night. I was like, Dad, if you're okay with this ring being washed away, like if you're okay with being in Italy, just let me know. Next morning, bees all over my breakfast.
Oh my God.
I've chilled. I have full body.
Yeah. Yeah, he says
That's
what's up all the
heaven.
time.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, get off my breakfast, get off my eggs.
Yeah, and then I was like sobbing again, and my husband was actually sobbing. He was like, "Oh my God, you literally asked this."
Oh my God,
and
so
then
sweet.
everybody around us was like, "Are they getting divorced?" Like they had no idea what we were upset about. And then I just continued to drink. You know, it was great.
Totally. And so when you first moved to New York and were doing stand up, like where were the spots? What was the vibe? And and then after that, like what made you go to LA?
So I was doing a lot more. I was really trying to do SNL. Like that was the dream.
Yeah.
So I was doing
Really?
a ton of improv. I was grinding, climbing through that bullshit. So we'd always go out to like the Creek in the Cave out in Long Island City.
Oh my God,
and,
yeah.
Oh God.
You know, I mean, all the
Yeah.
usual spots. And then I decided that I wanted to do more stand up. And I was like, I just kept getting told by my agents, like, you have such a commercial look. Like, you got to get to LA. And I literally just started dating my husband. I was like, sorry, I got to go to LA. And then I moved to LA, lived right by UCB
Sorry,
in
babe,
LA. Yeah.
Sorry,
Gotta
baby,
go.
got a commercial look. I gotta go.
No, literally 100%. And my dad used to always call my husband and be like, please, like, encourage her to become a mortgage broker, pharmaceutical sales. Like, she this biz is so dark. Yeah. And my dad knew he was talented, but he just did not. He was a businessman. He was like, I have no connections in Hollywood. You're going to be grinding forever.
Yeah.
I worked every fucking odd job. I hustled. I did it all, and I loved it. And then I didn't really have like major success until I moved back to Atlanta after my dad died. So I had like networked and made a name, but then when I moved back, I popped off on Instagram, and then the rest is history.
Wow.
Oh, right. Because I remember seeing your Ina videos.
Yes, so I used to do Ina Garden, Pitbull, those really took off, and then I used to open as those characters on my tour.
Pitbull is so crazy.
So
Pitbull's
funny.
the best. When I go full drag Pitbull, I haven't done it in a while, but full drag Pitbull is truly like that's who I am inside, is Mr. 305.
That's amazing.
Well, do you know what that whole story is? Sort of.
What?
It's kind of chapel. It's kind of chapel coded to move back to your hometown and then pop off. Don't you think?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think about it.
I've
would spend
also
some time
turned
thinking
into a
about
monster.
Wait, so what was your UCB journey? You know, I was really deep in UCB in like 2012 to 2016.
Okay, I was there 2009 in New York till 2011, and then I.
Oh my God, we just
2012.
missed.
ships
We
in
just
the night.
missed. I mean,
Did you
know,
do like
I was
Harold
going.
Night?
I never got on a Herald team, so I ended up
Classic.
starting. What were the names of the teams when we all broke off and we were doing our own thing? There was Herald, and then there was Indy. Oh, right.
Indie
Oh, Indy.
teams. Yeah.
So, like when Doppelganger, when like Nicole Byer and Shashir, and
Yes,
when they were
yeah.
all coming up. So, I started an all white female team called Betsy Ross, and we had ours. Yeah. So they had Doppelganger, and then I was with 3 other white women. Yeah.
Wait, who? I
White
wonder,
children.
yeah.
Me and 3 white children.
Get 3 white
graders.
girls.
Heather and 3 white sixth graders took that New York indie improv scene by storm.
Yeah. No one. I'm the only one who's still doing comedy out of that group, so you won't know what
Oh
it's
my
about.
God.
But isn't it interesting to look at like Instagram and see people from that? Like, do you follow those people on Instagram today?
Oh yeah, and they all.
Every
are-
once in a while, they're out
Pop
there
up.
doing their thing. It's it's just an interesting sensation.
We're all
Like,
in the mix. That's all you need to know, is that we're all so deeply in the mix.
It's so funny though when I look back, because I just interviewed Paul Downs at the Globes. I was like, you used to be my improv teacher. Like you popped in and
Oh,
like
my God.
substituted my classes. He was like, we were zip zap zop, and I was like, yeah, we were, bitch. But
do you know
I
that?
love you on the red carpet. It's Joan Rivers. It's so fabulous. Do you love
we're
that
getting
work?
there. It's not, I'm not doing it justice yet. I had to warm up and really keep the network happy and be more of a journalist, but they're letting me like lean in and be more fun. So we're getting
It's
there.
so
I'm not peak where I want to be, but we're going to get there. Hopefully the Oscars, they'll have a red carpet, and then I can just like let it sling, you know?
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
You know, I write for Hacks, so I'm very close with Paul.
Well, I told Paul, I said, Paul, there's a role for me on Hacks, because this show is like looking into my future. And I had no ovarian torsion. My dad died. My mom's from Boston. Like, I watched that show and I'm like, check, 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 check. I'm like, this is my future life. You know what I mean?
sure.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
Jean Smart was in my dream last night, if
Oh my
anyone
God.
cares.
What was she doing?
I don't, she was mad at me. I don't remember.
Oh no.
Like I had a weird. No one cares, but I had a weird. I have been struggling sleeping, and so I don't like weed, but I've been taking some gummies to go to sleep, and it really does knock you out. Do you like that?
I love weed gummies? I took one last night. I can't do as much of the red wines as I used to, and I feel like a little bitch that I can't consume vino the way I did, but it fucks me up. It fucks me up in a raw way the next day.
I had 2.5 martinis last night, and I feel so hungover.
Red wine fucks up our guests in a raw way.
It's like I'm raw dogging it for 3 days after, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing worse than hangover. There's nothing worse There's nothing worse than being so thirsty because you're hungover.
Literally, guys, I have a Stanley. I'm the white woman with the Stanley right now at my work. Like I'm dying.
I have a 1 liter water bottle from Target that I didn't even go to Target to get. I Uber Eats. I Uber Eats a 1 liter.
We should cut this.
Yeah, I would. This is.
I'm quicker.
Pat, this is racist. This is bad.
I Uber Eats a 1 liter green water bottle from Target, and I do drink I try to drink 2 a day. And I think it's helpful.
That's great. You should do 3.
I know. That's, of course, the dream.
People want to shit on the Stanley, but the days I don't have my Stanley, I don't drink water. I forget. Like, I literally don't. I'm dehydrated. My lips get crusty. By the end of the day, I have such a headache. I'm manic. And my husband's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like so severely dehydrated.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wait, so to continue with our question.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who are you now? You're in Atlanta. You're a superstar. You've had two specials come out. Mm-hmm. You're rocking the red carpet. You're married. Yeah. You have a pool. What more could a girl want? What is going on with you?
A pool. Yeah. I want to come to your pool. You have to have us over to your pool.
Let's have a pool party in Atlanta.
Let's have a pool party in Atlanta. Come down. I will roll out the red carpet. You don't understand. I have 2 French bulldogs. They're fantastic. Who am I now? Who am I now is a gal who's running her own business. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? I just know how to shake my tits for cash. It's interesting. They really say more money, more problems. And that has popped up in my life if we really want to break it down. I mean, as you scale your business and stuff, it's just shit happens. So it's been humbling, very humbling. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, what do you mean? I'm like, what's the actual gossip?
You've been married for how long now?
Legally, 5 years. Yeah.
Legally 5 years.
She keeps saying legally, and it's like, okay, what was happening before that?
We had to go to the courthouse during COVID because I had to lock up the tax incentives, and then we had our big wedding a couple years ago. But yes, we've been married 5 years.
And then even when you've been dating for 9 years and then you're married, it's like you do say legally because it's like you were essentially married before you were married.
Yeah. I mean, I told him I loved him on the second date and he asked me to marry him on the third, was, I don't.
Oh my God.
And I tell you,
sweet.
If my poor husband gets hit by a bus tomorrow, I would be done. And I don't mean that as in I've given up, but there's not a lot of men that like white female comedians who want to spill the tea all the day. And I just feel like Jeff is obsessed.
So many marriages right now end in stop spilling the tea.
Guys, and I'm drinking iced tea from my favorite place in Atlanta, and it says everything's okay cafe. You know what I mean? All day, okay.
It is okay.
Listen, it takes a very secure man to love a woman who's up there just bullshitting. And my entire last special was about how I make more money than my husband. He was like, "Fuck yeah, go harder." There's, there aren't many straight men that are into that. Truly.
Totally.
It takes a special guy. No, I agree. I can't believe what my boyfriend puts up with. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How do you keep it fun and fresh after 14 years?
Oh, I'll tell you, it was a stressful morning and my husband asked for sex and I'm usually the horny one. I'm a very horny person. But there was all this chaos. And then we had my sister's dog. So there's 3 Frenchies and it was chaos. And I literally was like, I will blow you later. I love you, but I can't right now. It's but I will.
I will blow you. I will blow you later.
I will blow you later. And then I forgot my computer. He had to drop it off. And so he rolls down the window and was like, you're getting the blowjob. I'll be home at 5. I promise you.
That's amazing.
It's incredible.
Men are not hard. And I literally,
Yeah.
I hate to say it. And it's not that it's always consensual, of course. But I'm just like, but men are easy.
Yeah.
Fucking blow them and you get whatever you want. And you know what I mean? Like, just do it. Like, what are we complaining about? When women are like, I make jokes in stand up all the time that nobody loves to blow their husband. All of us are done with the blowjobs. But you know what? If you do it and you get in, get out, 4 minutes, you're done. It's a wrap. And then you've gotten whatever you want. And maybe whatever you want is you just don't want to be spoken to the rest of the day. Then you have it. You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Right? I mean,
then-
it's different for gay men, I'm sure. Y'all are always...
Well, I don't
loving.
know about gay men. I don't know. It's like, so I don't know. I shouldn't even speak about it because it's like, it's actually such a mystery to me. It's why I asked the question. Like, I don't know. Gays are going through something, I think, where like they're trying to figure it out. Like
Gays and oldest daughters.
Yeah, they're doing a rebrand.
They're trying to figure out like if every gay, I don't know, just gay relationships I think are in flux where people are like,
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever thought too hard about like, okay, well now we're, normal. Now we're normal and we're in these like long relationships and like, like there's a moment happening, I sense.
Like,
and,
why did we do this?
And my friends around me where I'm like, there's something going on and I can't tell what I want. So it's like, I don't know. And I've never been in anything longer than 3 or 4 years. So it's like, I don't really know. But I think, and then also like, I don't know. A lot of gays are open. So it's like, it's an interesting thing where people are figuring it out. And I don't
See,
really
I could
know
never
what
be in an open relationship. I respect it.
I
Like,
could
do you?
Yeah.
No,
I mean, either.
I couldn't, I would never, maybe like a sister wife just to like deal with the husband. But like, no, I never want to have a threesome. I'm good. I'm exhausted.
too.
I don't want more shit to do.
I'm one of 6 kids. I'm done competing with other people. Do you know what I mean? For attention.
Yeah. And I'm such a people pleaser and it is like going to be my downfall and I'm too empathetic. And I would be so concerned about everybody else's feelings and emotions. And I would just, that would mentally and physically exhaust me.
I know. So it's interesting. I can't tell what's going on with the gays and their relationships. But
my
anyways,
laptop's been broken for like 6 months and I refuse to buy a new one. And maybe it's time. But I think it is receiving charge.
it's so. I have the funniest relationship with my laptop right now. So I remember, Kathleen, last year we did those shows in Denver, and I left my laptop in weird Airbnb we stayed in.
Yeah.
And so then they were taking a long time to send it back. No offense to them. I love those people. I want to work with them in the future. But like they were taking a long time to send it back. And I was in like a boss bitch mode where I thought I had more money than you're like, sometimes you're like, actually I have so much money. And then someone's like, what have I done? Like, where did it go? I was living in abundance and I was like, I'm buying a new computer, whatever. So now I have, and then they did send it back. So I have 2 computers and it's so funny. Like every 6 weeks, I decide one of them is bad. And I'm like, that one can never be used. It's so bad. I'm like a mean mom who like plays favorites. And like right now, like this computer is the one that I say is good. And the other one I like, glare at. Like I'm so mean to it. And like, but like I'm sure in 6 weeks I'll decide this one for some reason actually doesn't work at all. And I'm like, I'm working on a book. So it's only because like half of what I've written is on one computer and half of it's on the other, and I never can like get like the file I need. It's just like my family's in flux right now.
Your family's in flux. I did that too, and y'all, I literally bought the mini iPad on like an Amazon Prime Day, like bullshit.
Awesome. And
because everyone's like, oh, Heather, oh my God, I can't believe you like lug your computer everywhere. You're not an iPad girly. I'm like, no, it's my phone or my laptop. What are we doing?
Yeah.
I got this fucking mini iPad. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It doesn't do anything.
I'm not an iPad girl. I'm like, this is just a larger phone. Why the fuck? And so I got to download shit on this and that. I'm so infuriated.
But what do you
so
watch
angry.
on planes? Because that's where the iPad comes in handy.
Well, see, here's the thing. I only fly Delta. So
Me too.
therefore, we don't have to bring our own in-flight entertainment. Thank you.
What do you mean?
I literally flew American for the first time like a while ago, and I was like, wait, you guys don't have TVs? They don't have TVs on the
It's
airline.
crazy.
I know, but I always like to have my specific like episodes like queued up.
I hear you, but I literally like I want to watch movies, or I'm just scrolling TikTok for the entire time.
I like to take the plane off from like the internet and my own thing. I like to like curate me on a plane. Like, I don't want to be making my own decisions on a plane. That's not why I'm flying. I would have driven.
Thank you. I would have driven.
I would have taken a goddamn boat if I wanted to make choices.
I like to be locked in. I like to be off the grid. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch, 8 seasons of The Penguin. Like, I
Totally.
like you to force me to
Yes.
curate an experience.
Show me something new. Take me a place I never would have went by my own volition.
Thank you.
I'm not on board. I'm not on
Yeah.
board on this plane. Maybe that's why I fly United. Maybe that's why I fly United.
At the end of the day, I just love Delta. I don't know why. I've never had brand loyalty to anyone before.
But then,
I will say this. I don't like, I don't think being elite is a good quality, but as somebody who does travel as much as I do, the Sky Clubs got overcrowded, and they got
Say that.
Do you have the credit card you need? But then, there's nothing. There's not. What do you think of the Delta One lounge?
I haven't been to the Delta One lounge yet, and I just flew Delta One to Hawaii, but I did not go into the lounge.
Yeah, I went there last night. It's almost a little too like. It's almost too like
too
it's
nice.
It's too weighted. I'm like weighted tables and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm here for a buffet experience. Do you know what I mean?
They have
No.
They have both.
No, my buddy just did it, and he said he ordered steak frites and had a martini. That is right up my alley.
Fuck yeah.
But to go into that area, they're like, you really need more than an hour. And I was like, well, there's not really a world where I'm arriving here
That's the other
hours in advance. But I don't know, TBD.
I had these shows scheduled in Hawaii, and then they just called my agent and were like, we had to reschedule them. And I was like, okay, work. And then I just never did them. Shout out to that amazing space.
So I just went to Hawaii on vacation, and people see that you're there and they're like, please do a show in Hawaii. I'm like, there's 4 people in Hawaii who know who I am. I don't think I can sell a ticket at the fucking Honolulu airport. Like,
They were like, we actually don't want you to come after all. I was like,
I want to go to Hawaii.
One day. So are you on tour now? What's happening with you now?
Yeah, I'm about to start tour. So I take off in a week, and then I'm going to be grinding. And we're about to announce a ton more dates for the fall. I took off, like I wrapped my last tour last year in May, and I took the rest of the year off from touring. I was like, I've been grinding.
Yeah, you gotta rest.
But I am, I'm going back on it. But you guys get it. Like, once you're working and twerking, you can't do anything but that.
I know.
So when you finished your last tour, were you like, okay, I'm going to take some time, write the new material, chill?
No, I didn't do anything except I got my neck done for Thanksgiving. So that was nice.
Wait, what did you have done?
I had a deep plane neck lift. So
does that hurt?
I'm still
What does that
swollen.
do?
I'm still very swollen. I basically was like, I'm going to take some time off and get plastic surgery.
I'm obsessed. I want it.
heaven.
I want it all over my body.
I mean, yes, of course I'm working on material. I was trying, sold a TV show, all that bullshit.
Oh my God.
But
Okay, congrats.
But if anything gets picked up or made, I've been down this road. You know what I mean?
I know, honey. I've been burned. I'm like, call me when I can press play on it, sweetie.
Yeah. They're like, let's do a Hollywood Reporter announcement. I go, can we not? Let's
not say we did, mama.
Let's not. I can go do 2 shows in Cincinnati next weekend and make more money than I did off this deal. So let's just fucking call it
Let's
quits.
do a Hollywood Reporter about my 2 shows in Cincinnati.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I got my neck done. So basically they cut in front of your ears, behind your ears, under your chin, and then they just tighten it up. So my whole catchphrase in my comedy has been thick neck, thin ankles, because I have like a really thick neck and I have tiny ankles. But the funny thing is my neck is still thick because I have enormous traps and I'm very swollen right now.
That's good. I want that.
But for guys it's great. But I realized I am my father's daughter. My father had a big neck, but he had it because of a beard. And I used to always joke it was fat. Well, my Botox, my doctor was like, Heather, that's loose skin. He's like, you're getting closer to 40. Boo-boo, like the only thing that's going to work is like if you tighten. And I said, fuck it. After I sat in my editing bay, editing my last special, I said, what the fuck are we doing? I am getting my neck done. I don't give a fuck. I'll have an hour worth of new material for the new tour. It's the new neck tour. Like, what do you want from me?
Is that what you're calling it?
No, it's a bamboozle tour, but the whole
so
opening
good.
is like footage from surgery of me like coming out of anesthesia eating chicken nuggets. It's gonna be
Oh
great.
my God.
And I love the idea of a doctor calling you boo-boo.
Yeah, boo-boo.
Boo-boo. But he's like, and he's not even a cosmetic doctor. He's like,
No, he's a
boo-boo, boo-boo, it's stage 3. Trust and believe it's stage 3, mama.
Boo-boo. Boo-boo, that is not benign. Boo-boo.
Oh, the margins are not clean, hunty.
Yeah. I'll tell you this right now. My dad died of cancer, and if I, God forbid, ever get cancer, if someone does not come into the room and deliver it with that boo-boo, I'll be like, forget it.
We'll call Platinum Pat. Get him on the gig.
Platinum Pat. So, Pat, I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, tell me.
We're going to break all HIPAA rules. I'm going to have you be on the receiving end of all of any medical information, whether it's results of a pap smear, whatever it is. Yeah. And then you have to call. I won't answer the phone. I just want a sassy voicemail with my results.
Done. I would love to do that. That would be my greatest joy.
Has Hollywood changed either of y'all? Do y'all have any upcoming cosmetic procedures on the schedule?
I will say being like on the wrong side of 36, my new catchphrase, in Los Angeles, single gay man, absolutely has changed how I... but I'm coming out of it. I think I like I moved here first, and it was like a little bit of like a whiplash, and like, you know, I really but not cosmetic, but it's definitely made me like think about my body in a way that maybe I hadn't in a little while, and like, but I don't think now I'm like, at the end of the day, I care about my work, and then so like I'm just like. I can't. What an uninteresting thing to think about is what I keep arriving at. Like, what in a world
where
it's like
more. But
we're trying to say interesting and funny things. Yeah, I know exactly. But it's like well, I'm thinking about chicken. This is crazy. Like, what am I don't have anything to write a book about. It's like because you think about chicken 24/7. You fucking psycho. Like, think about something else.
I know. It's crazy. The one thing that I crave is to have thinner arms. That's my big craving.
Yeah.
But I thought, hey girl, what if you tried to learn how to do one push-up before you get it absolutely sliced in half? So I'm going to try and get on a fitness journey before I go under.
And I want to have a butt the size of a 2-bedroom home.
Oh, there you go.
Not 3-bedroom. That's crazy big.
Well, I'll tell you, I had never done anything, and you know, I no plans on doing anything in the future anytime soon. But I was like, you know what? This is all bullshit. All the people that I meet on the red carpet, you get close to their face, they've all had a little tweak. They're all doing the tiniest little tweaks. You know, fillers out. It's all about moving the forehead a little further up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are we doing here? At least I'll be honest about it. I'm so sick of these people. It's like, clearly half these girlies got brand new faces for Christmas. Like,
I know.
What are we doing?
100%.
And then the one who it's like doesn't go to the right doctor is like, oh man, she got bad work. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, which one of who got bad work then?
But I've also learned it takes a full year for work to settle. And so I literally, this is how I was 3 weeks post neck job. And then my agents called me and they're like, we need you to do this dog show down in Florida. And I saw the check and I go, I will be there. And I wore turtlenecks and I was so swollen and I looked so insane. But I was like, fuck it. You know, Lindsay Lohan can take off a year and hide in Dubai and like then come out like recovered. The women that you see that have had bad work done, it's just because it hasn't settled yet. It's just because they're working.
You're doing a dog show in Tampa. If you see a woman that work, they're doing a dog show in Tampa.
It's because they have to pay for the surgery and they don't have as much money in savings, and that's it. Like, it is what it is.
I sometimes think about facial work and like, but I do think, and this is so gendered, but I always arrive at like, it just, something about a man with clear face work is so unbecoming to me that it's like, I can't make that leap.
I know, you're lucky.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest with you, it's like, there's two types I feel like in the gay community too. It's either like, you're just hottie being yourself, or it's full like Mugler, you know, when he had like the crazy face. Yes. It's Versace. It's like, whoa, what the filler. They love the filler.
There's something going on with gay skulls. The shapes they're shifting. They're widening. There's a widening that occurs. If you go to West Hollywood, you look at gay men's heads. They're just bizarrely widening. And
is it a jaw, like a Matt Rife jaw thing?
It might be a jaw. It might be cosmetic. It might be like HGH. I can't tell. And no one's talking about it besides me. And I talk about it quite a bit. But it's like, but there's this West Hollywood. It's like, I know it's like those kinds of faces where it's like, is that work? Is that boat? Is that injectable? Like, what is going on here? But you don't see it in New York. I mean, I will say I'm so grateful for the experience of moving and like just experiencing a new environment at my age. Because it's like, it's just stimulating in some ways where it's like, like this is how people are in this town. Interesting. You know what I mean?
I will say, you know, there's this famous saying, leave New York before it makes you too hard. Leave LA before it makes you too soft.
Totally.
And it is true. And I'm like you. I never really like to put down roots because I like to move every like 4 or 5 years. But it's true. You gotta leave. And I say, don't get work done in New York or LA. Go to like Dallas or Atlanta,
Really?
or somewhere, or even like Florida, because it'll be good work, but it'll be subtle. Because people in New York and LA, they want to look like they've had it done.
Yeah,
You know what
totally.
I mean?
Do you guys think I'm too hard? Should I get out of New York?
Do you think I'm too soft?
I think
I'm
you
hard
guys.
as-
I
hard as a
think
bone.
Pat's the biggest pussy I've ever met.
And I'm an ice queen.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're a
bitch.
cunt.
I
And
know.
but
Thank
when
you. People don't say that enough. I appreciate that.
When you come down to Atlanta and you float in my saltwater pool,
I need it.
you'll be just right.
Wait,
Oh my
so
God. Well, you know, I'm a Texas girl.
Wait,
So
where are you from originally?
I'm from Houston.
Oh my God, I love Houston.
So I'm like, I'm on that wavelength. I love going home. I did meet a woman who said her best plastic surgery was done in Houston. So I'm like, I'll be
Yes.
circling back
yeah.
at the time. But
Yeah.
anyways, wait, so Heather, what is your dream
Dream.
beyond this? Who
What's
do you
the
want to
final
be? What's the
form?
future? Do you want to have kids? Do you want to have, like, what do you crave?
Okay, I really believe in vision boarding, manifestations, putting it
Mm-hmm.
out there. So let me tell you, I was working on my vision board last night. Okay, what I want to do. Wow, I'm so glad you guys asked this. Yeah, I think I'd be a great mom. I definitely want kids, but right
I
now,
agree.
I'm like, I don't have a lot of eggs. I did IVF a ton, so I'm probably going to go to Ireland and do IVF again, just because I don't feel like doing it in this country because things aren't settled right now,
Totally.
But here's my deal. Obviously, I want to have my own TV show. I miss putting on wigs. I miss playing characters. I miss being really funny. I do stand up and I love it and it's the greatest joy of my life. But in the end of the day, I want to play somebody other than myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I stared at myself so much that I got my neck done. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to put on a crunchy wig, smoke menthols, and drive a Toyota Corolla. That's what I want to do.
Totally.
Totally.
And then I would eventually like to be in a show that's will get me famous enough that I could then host SNL.
Yeah.
And because really
That was your
embarrassing
white whale.
fact. You ready for this? My high school yearbook quote was live from New York. It's Saturday night.
Oh
Kill me.
my God.
Kill me. That's
That's
embarrassing.
sweet.
No, that's
That's
embarrassing.
Uh,
So I've already told, I'm friends with Chloe and Rosebud and all those gals over at SNL, and I said, listen, if I ever get the chance to host, you won't even have to write a sketch. The impressions are ready, the costumes are done. I'll do my own hair and makeup. Like, I'll just show up and do the show.
Yeah.
So, light load for y'all. So then I think eventually I would say, we have a great show. Stick around. Pitbull's here. It'd be a full circle moment.
Yeah.
And then I would say good night, and then the credits would roll, and you'd never hear from me ever again. I mean, I feel like that's a good
Amazing.
dream, right?
That's a
You
great
painted a
dream.
beautiful picture, and I want to dive in. I'll
Yeah.
dive into the
What's on
pool.
y'all's vision board for this year?
For this,
I am ready to be in a amazing television show.
Yeah.
Want to be on a Massivo show that everyone loves.
Yeah, you're so
and then
talented.
keep
You should be.
doing. Thank you. And then keep doing. I'm writing my new show, so hopefully that'll be good. And then that's that.
Great.
Pat?
I just want to there's a calming down for me that's happened in the last few months that I'm glad about. And I've been really on edge for a little while, and I just want to focus on my work in a way that's just not antsy. There's been an antsiness. There's been a feeling of getting older and a feeling of, and
The feeling of is really beautiful.
and I want to I want to sell a special for sure this year. I want to finish my book, of course, and I honestly, my main goal truly is just to be less precious about things. If I have an idea, it's whenever it's your first thing, I think for me, I've spun my wheels a little bit being oh, well, this isn't the perfect thing. This isn't, whatever your first thing, it's the girls thing of well, this has to be seminal. This has to be a true expression of my personhood. And it's nothing ever feels that way. And so I just want to try to pitch something. If it doesn't sell, move on, and just kind of really hone in and find the joy back in just doing the work and letting go a little bit. I mean, I know that's a bullshitty answer, but it really is
No, I respect
sort
that.
of true. You know what I mean? Because I've gotten too caught up in comparing and in something. There's too much existential worry attached to when I try to work.
Well, we're
and I
all
just
doing
kinda
that.
yeah.
We're all
It's
in an
brutal.
existential dread of and again, you go into these meetings and then they compare you to the
Yes.
next person who looks just like you and all this bullshit. And, I mean, listen, I produced my own specials and then I just blew everybody at the network. It's I did
Yeah.
what I had to do.
I'll give you a blowjob
Blowjob.
later.
Yes.
The Netflix execs rolling down their window. You're later.
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 Later. But I
4
hear
minutes.
you. I
on
hear
the
you.
clock.
Yeah, but I know it's
Oh, no,
bullshit,
Pat,
but
I relate so
it's process
much.
related. It's what's the point of any, I haven't been operating from a place of joy, and it's I want to just
You gotta
operate
get
from
back
this
there.
joy.
You
I will say I
got to
did-
find the joy.
Yeah, I did. I ran like some of my new material for the first time this week, and I was like, okay, wait, I literally love this. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot that it's heaven on earth, and yet why do I put myself through so much pain? Anyways,
But that's what we do. We're comedians, and therefore we hate the whole experience. And then you get to that one. I'll be at the show in Cincinnati, and I'll be like, "This is the greatest joy of my life. I could never do anything else. God put me on this earth." And then a little like yellow jacket will fly by, and I'll be like, "Papa," and it'll be one of those.
So sweet.
Totally.
I know. It really is the highest highs and the lowest lows because it can be so electric.
Do you all feel hot today?
No, I'm hung. You know what? I want to shout out though. This really cute bar does a mini martini, which is this. It's literally a mini martini glass. So if you've already had one, maybe you've had two, and you go, I want a little something more. You get a mini martini. So I had a couple of those last night. I'm feeling a little puffy and tired. So I don't know about hot, but it was really good. So the bar is called Shy in Chelsea.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had a lunch and a dinner last night, and like I did my classic thing at the dinner where it was like with reps, and I was like made a huge deal of like, let's go somewhere we can be healthy and like talk to this big game. And then as soon as the waiter came over, I was like, let's do a pizza for the table.
Yeah.
Just like really went off. And then I was sore at the gym this morning in a way where it was like I couldn't really chase after my dreams in the way I try to in the morning at the gym. And so, but then actually I did like catch a glance at myself in the bathroom mirror, and I was like, this is okay. And I got a haircut yesterday. So I guess long story short, I guess I do feel hot against all odds. Yeah.
Heather, do you feel hot?
I mean, blue's my color, so I do look good right now. I've got a lot of flyaways, and my hair is a little like a mess. But overall, do I feel hot? Yes. Will I probably take some loose Ozempic that I find in the back of my fridge later? Yeah, I think I will.
Loose O's.
No, I've been going back and forth between that and like Zepbound, and then like because I had 2 different doctors giving it to me, and then I left it in California, and then I left one in Hawaii. So I'm mixing. I'm going crazy. So I'm going to need that half martini later.
You're a mixologist. You're a mixologist.
I'm literally a mixologist.
Bring in an amazing cocktail.
And what are you doing this weekend? I'm just curious.
This weekend, I'm working a little bit, and then I'm back on the road. So I'm locking myself in the basement and finishing the show.
Road dog.
Can I just say I really enjoy y'all, and I think you're both so talented, and this has been just a joy of my life this week. Really, I mean that.
I could
this
chat with
was
you
so
for
much
hours.
fun.
We have to
Truly.
get together. Yeah, we need to.
We got to do something. I
We
love
need
y'all.
to figure it out. We need to be in the same city at some point. Because we're in 3 different parts of the world right now.
I know.
Just,
but I'm sure but I'm sure we'll all be in each other's cities.
100%.
Yeah.
And before we go, last 2 more segments, so quick.
Yeah.
Do y'all have a crush of the week? Mine is the new season of Love Island All Stars. Really good stuff so far. We're seeing really good stuff so far.
Mine is, I'll say I started a rewatch for like the 3rd or 4th time from the beginning, Real Housewives of New York, and I'm in season 3, and it changed television forever. Like season 3 of Real Housewives of New York changed TV forever, and it just is so good, and it says so much about the human condition.
When Bethany's like Scary Island, that episode will. I mean, I just scream all the time. My husband, go to sleep. Like when he asks me for sex, I go,
go to sleep. You're crazy.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
And even like if you watch, it's like even before we get to Scary Island, it's already at the time groundbreaking reality television. And so then to have Scary Island, it's like, oh my God, like this is so good.
And I get in a lot of trouble because I publicly say how terrible I think the new season of New York is.
I stopped watching. I had to make the choice for
There's been
myself and for my
I haven't
family.
watched it, but then I haven't watched the latest stuff. But then there was this crazy end to the season, apparently.
Yeah,
but I don't guess what? I don't care anymore.
I don't care.
Here's the
I
deal.
love Salt Lake City. They're the only
They're
ones
doing the
who are
work.
carrying the torch right now.
Yeah,
Period.
unbelievable work they're doing. And it's
You
like,
can leave.
Nothing about this is okay.
I mean, Mary Cosby eating pastrami soup in Puerto Vallarta. It'll never be better than that.
what's great about Salt Lake City, what I've been saying is like in the larger market shows, like it's a job to them this way. It's like there's obviously a disease on Housewives right now where it's like it's too involved in getting DMs from a random person and not being the drama. But Salt Lake City does it, but then they like, for some reason, the way they are, there's something about it being like a smaller market, something about it being like, it's just so real to them that you buy into it. And then they also have these like breaks where they're like, we're being crazy, we're obsessed with catching each other, we have to stop. And then but then they do it again, and it's just like it's a beautiful cycle they're in.
It is. It just, for me, all of them got overproduced, and it was so obvious. Like back in the day when it was Luann and Ramona and Sonia, and they were just on Quaaludes, so you were like, you didn't have to overproduce Quaaludes.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
And I will say that I remember being a junior in college. And no, maybe I was a senior in college when season 3 came out and Sonia entered the chat. And I remember thinking, and to this day, it's still true. I remember thinking, I like a 21-year-old closeted guy, and I saw Sonia, and I was like, "It's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life." I'm having the experience again. I'm like romantic towards like Sonia in season 3.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now,
Are you mad at me?
Oh yeah,
Our
last
last
segment.
segment.
Are you mad at me? Are you guys mad at me?
Not at all. Are you mad at me?
Even though my face is kind of like in a shadow, like I couldn't figure out the lighting today.
No,
What
I'm
we
not mad at
did.
you at all. Are you guys
Okay,
mad
cool,
at me?
perfect.
No,
Are
no,
you
this is
kidding
a
me? It's been
dream. This is
heaven on earth.
heaven.
Thank
Oh
you
my
so
God.
much for coming
You
on.
guys are the freaking best.
We're
and I love
addicted to
that.
you.
We're
None of us
amazing.
are mad. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to y'all. Let's all write a show together and we'll
Yes.
force Hollywood to pick it up.
Platinum Pat and his 2 girls.
Yeah. Pat, write me in a role. Write me in a role on Hacks. I'll play whatever. I'll
I've
play
been
like
begging Pat to write me a role for
I'll
that since
play-
1991.
I'll play myself, and you guys can each play one of my computers. It'll be called Platinum Pat and his computers. Limited
I
series.
mean, a blonde and brunette in a show, they've never seen that before. People have
Never.
never seen something like that. They're not ready for that.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, love you girls.
Love y'all. When a heart
breaks, it
it
don't
don't
break
break
even.
even.
Don't know why. That's our sign off. We will never know why. Thank you, Heather.
Treatment. If you're boring as fuck,